Hello everybody and welcome to another pomade review. So the pomade that we're going to be looking at today is Mr. Ducktail. So this is a hair gum pomade, and hair gum is a line of pomades that are manufactured in France, but this one specifically, Mr. Ducktail, is a collaboration brew with the Mr. Ducktail barber in London. So it's been around for a long time, and hair gum's been around for a long time, and this little guy is just a 1.4 ouncer. And this tiny tin of pomade was about $13. Now, for size comparison, a pomade that costs about maybe $13, give or take shipping and handling, stuff like that, is Lockhart's. So here's a tin of Lockhart's Heavy, and here's Mr. Ducktail. Yeah, it's really, really small and really, really expensive. So the only way you can really get your money's worth out of this product is if they have a big giant 13-ounce container that's like 60 bucks. And if you're gonna use the pomade a lot, it's pretty much the only way that you're gonna get your money's worth out of it. So it is freaking expensive. So anyway, this is one of the first ever cola scented pomades, and it's been around for a long time. And what I really like is the containers. It's almost like a little shoe polish thing, and you kind of put some pressure and click it up on one side, and it opens up like that. So really, really cool containers, but not worth $13. So anyway, here's the pomade on the inside, and it is a cola scent, but to me personally, I think it smells like cherry Coke. And in the container, it doesn't smell half bad, It smells like cherry Coke. And to me, this is the way that I explain it about how the scent of this pomade happens, is you open it up and you smell it in the container, you're like, wow, cherry Coke! And then you have it in your hair for a couple hours, and it's like, wow, cherry Coke? And I get really, really tired of it. And the scent is very, very, very strong. So if you like smelling like Coke, you'll probably enjoy it, but me, I really, really didn't like the scent. And, after a couple hours of it being in my hair, I was starting to get nauseous just because I really, really didn't like the cherry Coke scent. But other than that, it is a nice pomade. It's really overpriced, and I don't like the scent, but it is a good pomade. So let's get into it. So it's a light, scoops out like nothing, super, super greasy, and then applies in the hands and kind of thickens up a bit and feels a bit more stiff, and applies in the hair really easily, but definitely a bit thicker than a usual light pomade. So right off the bat, when I first started using this stuff, I was surprised because it was performing a lot sturdier than I thought it would. I thought it was just going to be a standard generic greasy pomade, but it's not. It actually performs really, really well, and is very, very, very sticky in the hair and offers you a ton of control considering that it's a light pomade. So that was really impressive. And I'm only going to use 3 small scoops today because the buildup on this stuff is surprisingly dense. I was not expecting that. I shampooed my hair like I usually do every day, and a ton of it stayed in. Hardly any of it washed out, which was really, really surprising because it's a light pomade, and that never happens with light pomades. Or, I couldn't say never, but it's definitely very unique that a ton of it stayed in. So, I guess that is one thing that you could say kind of defends the fact that it's $13 for a little tiny 1.4 ounce container. But as you see, slicks back really, really nice, and everything comes together really, really well with this stuff just because it's so sticky, which is interesting because it's a sticky light pomade. That doesn't really happen a lot, a lot with lighter pomades. I guess I should say a lot with more generic lighter pomades, because there are definitely some homebrews that have light pomades down. But yeah, more generic light pomades are just straight up greasy, and there's nothing to them. But this stuff is really, really impressive in that it's so, so, so sticky, but still stays light and feels real light in the hair. So, which, once again is just a letdown to me that the tins are so small and the scent is so Coke, because I don't like that. But another thing I really, really like about this stuff, and it reminded me of Lockhart's Light in that it keeps the sides really, really tight, which is another thing that's so impressive to see in a light pomade, because there are just too many that, you know, it'll be a good pomade, but just your sides get poofy, and nothing you can do about that. But yeah, it's really, really nice the way that it slicks the sides down. It's just super, super tight. Everything holds together so sturdy and sticky. And everything just feels good about this stuff except for the scent. If you can't tell right now, I really don't like it. So, yeah, everything about this stuff is just awesome. So, and shine is really, really high too. You know, you can't really tell right now in my bathroom for some reason, but it's really, really good shine. Really nice, high shine. Looks like I'm going to get a little bit of it off my hands. So, really, really nice, high shine. And so with that, final verdict on Mr. Ducktail. It is way overpriced. And if you're just going to, you know, buy it to buy it, wouldn't recommend it. But if it's something that you think, wow, that sounds really nice, it seems like something I would get a lot of use out of, then yes, I would recommend it, because it is a good product. And if you can get past smelling like cherry Coke all day, then you definitely like it. But for me, I can't do the scent, and it is just way too pricey. But overall, a good product. So there you have it, Mr. Ducktail.